1, 2, 3.
Good morning, teacher Bella and teacher
Morning, students.
Thank you, guys.
Welcome, guys. Welcome back to another occupation lesson. And currently, we are still busy with Unit 6, Design and Technology. We looked at a couple of things already. We looked at the evolution of technology. And we looked at how we used to do things. And we also now currently, at the end of the previous lesson, looked at renewable energy. So let's quickly go through renewable energy. And let me just refresh your minds about what is renewable energy. And then we'll carry on with the next part of the lesson. So renewable energy is energy that comes from natural resources that are replaced naturally, such as solar energy from the sun, wind and water energy, and biomass plant materials that are used to provide energy. So renewable energy sources that have already been used in Thailand include burning bagasse, which is sugarcane stalks that remain after the juice has been removed to produce electricity. They are making biogas from animal dung, also installing solar panels on the roofs of buildings, and using wind and water to produce electricity. So there is a few different sources of renewable energy we are already using in Thailand. So that's always a positive thing to see, that we do use renewable energy. So we're going to look at the knowledge about clean technology and how we can help the planet itself with clean technology. Let's first have a look at what is clean technology. Clean technology is technology that is designed to change or improve products, processes, or services in order to minimize the risk to people or the environment. One way to do this is to follow the principle of the 4 R's: reuse, repair, reduce, recycle. So we've looked at these R's before, but we have one extra R this time, and that is repair. We've looked in this lesson about household appliances and how we can repair them to make them last longer and also to save some money. But the 4 R's I want you guys to read. If it's not too clear to read, please use your books on page 129. But I'll zoom it in a little bit so it becomes a little bit easier to read. I'll read it first and then you guys read after me. Okay, are we ready? Yes. Let's get ready to rumble. The first one, reuse. Reuse means to use something again and again. For example, we can reuse cloth bags, clothing, etc. Next one, repair means to fix things that have broken to make them unusable again. Sorry, we want to make them usable. For example, we can repair clothes, furniture, and appliances. The next one is reduce. Reduce means to use less products or resources, and so produce less waste. For example, we could use cloth bags instead of plastic bags. And number 4, recycle means the process of sorting rubbish into different types that can then be collected and processed to be used again. We can recycle plastic, paper, glass, metals, and leftover food. Okay. Nice lot to read. Yeah, very good. So I want you guys to start to read as well now. You can start by the word here, reuse. So you guys can start reading now.
Reuse means to use something, do something again and again.
And again.
For example, we can reuse board bag or etc.
Okay, number 2, repair.
Repair me
Means
to fix things that have broken to make them
usable
usable again. For example, we can repair food, furniture,
appliance,
etc.
Very good, very good. Reduce.
Reduce means to use less
product
or resources used for example, we could use cloth bag of bag.
Excellent. Recycle.
Recycle means the process of sorting rubbish into different types and collect and process
to be
use again. We can recycle plastic, paper, glass, metal, and leftover food.
Excellent. Well done, you guys. Thank you very much for reading. But yes, that is true. We can apply all of this knowledge that we have. We can apply to our daily lives. We can try and reuse our plastic containers. Like if you buy, let's say you buy some bubble tea, reuse your container and put some water, and maybe for 2 or 3 days you have a glass to put water into. Or we can reduce, meaning not take a plastic bag. If the cashier at 7 asks you, do you want a bag? Say, I don't need a bag. I can use my hands. Or we can have our own bag that we use every time we go there. So we reduce. Repair, we also talked about how we can fix certain things that are broken by using some tools around the house, and also using just maybe a needle and a thread to fix our clothing. And then the last one, which is currently something that people are focusing on a lot in Thailand, and that is to recycle. Recycle is the future way of dealing with our waste products. We have to recycle them. Otherwise, they end up in the ocean and it ends up in the diets of fish. So we kill the sea life. Okay. So let's look at some ways of how we can apply these steps in our daily lives. So usually when we talk about recycle, we'll talk about different areas of recycling. So you will also have different rubbish bins or trash cans. For example, you can have one that might be for glass. You can have one that might be for plastic, and you can have one that might be food waste. So we'll always have different categories of recycling. It's very important to know, because you also usually on the recycle bin, they have a sign that will say paper, glass, metals, food waste. So in those different areas, we should take our plastic and put it in the plastic, because we cannot recycle plastic the same way we recycle glass or metal. The process is different. So we have to separate them when we are recycling. So let's have a look here. The color of the bins is used to show what kind of garbage you should put in them. So let's see, what does the colors mean? A green bin. Let me grab a highlighter over here. Green bins are used for biodegradable waste. Waste that can be broken down naturally. This kind of waste includes our food scraps, leaves, fruits, and vegetables. Sometimes the waste is broken down using microorganisms to make compost. So, for instance, when we look at that specific bin, we don't want to put any plastic in there, or any glass or any metal, because it cannot be biodegraded by microorganisms. Those need a totally different process. Okay. The yellow bins, what are they used for? Are used for waste that can be sold or recycled, such as plastic, paper, glass, and metals. This can help to save both natural resources and energy. Okay, I'm not very happy with the way they say that, because currently they have the blue bins also, which are for other products, but usually they will be more specific. Not only a yellow bin for all metals, plastics, glass. No, they usually have separate bins as well for them. Like, I'm sure if you walk around on the street, and some places in Thailand, we do see those bins quite often. The last one, they say the blue bins are used for our general waste, which does not degrade easily and does not have much value for recycling. These include plastic and paper, food packaging, or food and snacks like candy, etc. So those are general waste products. If you have anything in your pile of rubbish that is general waste, you add it to the blue bin. It's also important to start looking around where we are, if we can find these bins and use them appropriately, because we want to help in promoting recycling. The best people to help us to create a very good environment for recycling is the young ones, the kids and the younger students. Because if you guys get in a habit of recycling, when you get older, everyone that's younger than you will do the same. And you can spread a lot of positive energy and positivity, and taking care of the planet, you can spread amongst people. Okay. One more bin here that we have is the gray bin with the orange lid. So let's look at what they tell us about the gray bin with the orange lid. They are used for dangerous waste, which must be collected and disposed of correctly to avoid causing pollution. Where can you find these bins? Have you ever seen them before? Let me ask. Has anyone seen them before?
Oh, hi.
The gray bin with the orange lid. Or let me ask, has any of you gone for a vaccine? Not yet. We have some that's gone or some that's not. When you go for the vaccine, if you are going for it, just see that they have that bin there. They have that bin over there. They use it for the medical needles. They put all the needles and all those waste they put in there, because that has to be taken care of differently. So these type of bins, what people put in there includes batteries, spray paint cans, pesticide containers, light bulbs, expired medicine, infectious waste from hospitals. So like needles, those type of things, they'll put in there. Okay. So we do use them around the world currently, but we need to spread more awareness. So we can do more. The more, the better. Okay. Let's look at another principle here. The 4R principles are a way to make small, simple changes to our everyday behavior while saving resources, energy, and the environment without being a burden or an inconvenience. Why do we say that we are a burden? What does a burden mean? For example, let me explain the word a burden. So if someone is a burden to you, they cause you problems. Like let's say your friend, he makes you angry. Now you don't want to speak to your friend because you are angry. And the whole time he's there trying to talk to you the whole time and you don't want to. In your eyes, he is a burden. He doesn't want to leave you alone. He's a burden. The same with a mosquito. Mosquitoes are also burdens because they never leave you alone. They just want to bite you the whole time. And then that's also the same as an inconvenience. If someone causes you discomfort or uncomfortability, they are being inconvenient. Okay. So recycling. Recycling, one of the biggest topics of the world currently. Recycling is one of the words that is used when people talk about taking care of the planet. Why is it so important? Because all the things that we've been doing for the past hundreds of years has been damaging the planet. And the more damage we do, the more recycling and fixing we have to do afterwards. So in a situation where we did everything poorly, but now we are fighting back and we are becoming stronger by doing small things every day. Recycle your plastic, recycle your glass, take care of the environment every day, just a little bit. Because even if you think, oh, it's only me doing it. Well, if you do it, someone else does it, someone else, later on, it becomes a lot of people doing just one small thing. That helps the environment. Let's look. Recycling is the process of changing waste materials into useful ones. So we take our waste and we create something useful. That is recycling. These recycled materials can be used to make new products or more of the original product. So for instance, I don't have a bottle here somewhere. But these normal bottles, these water bottles, when they recycle them, they just crush them and they make a new bottle from that plastic. So recycling is important because it helps with this my marker. because it helps to stop us wasting useful resources and materials. Very important. In the future, there may be shortages of natural resources. What does it mean, shortages? It means there might not be enough for everyone. So maybe only some of us can use plastic cups because there's not enough left. Some of us might have to use a coconut shell to drink because of the way we treat natural resources. So if there's a shortage, it means not enough. So it is very important that we recycle as much as possible. So what does that mean? All of us must do a little bit every day. Take care of how we throw away our products. They say we must do as much as possible, yes, but that is for everyone. So each of us can just do a little bit every day, and it will make a huge difference in the future. So materials that are commonly recycled that we can find usually are plastics, metals, glass, and paper. Those are some of the most noticeable and iconic recycling ones. So yeah, it's plastic waste, how it looks before recycling. And here's garbage, plants, and plant pots made from recycled plastic. So here's an example of taking waste products and making useful products from them. Okay. You wanted to have an example. So the next thing we also have to take care of when we want to recycle is to look at the recycling symbols. Now I have a soda water here, but I don't see any symbol on this glass. Usually they have a symbol like this energy drink here. It has a small recycling symbol on there that shows us that it can be recycled. So if you read here, recycling symbols are found on product labels and are used to show us what materials the product is made of and how it should be recycled. The symbols are a way of communicating between the producers and consumers and recyclers in order for products to be sorted collectively and recycled. And it can also help spread and encourage the idea of recycling. So on this little glass bottle, the recycling symbol I see is this one over here. I see this one. I know it might be a little bit too small for you guys to see, but there is the small recycling symbol. So what does that mean? This recycling symbol is a type of Mobius loop. It has 3 arrows chasing each other to form a triangular shape. If products are labeled with this sign, it means that they are recyclable. So it means that I can recycle this glass bottle. I must put it in my recycling bag. If the products are labeled with this sign over here, it's also a Mobius loop and made of recycled material. So this means that the product is made from something we have already recycled, which is also nice. So you know that if you recycle something and you buy a product and you see this, you can say, hey, I help to recycle. And because I help to recycle, they can make products like these. for recycling and from the old materials. Something that is going to become very popular in the future. You want to start a business, start a recycling business. Okay. So at the bottom, you'll see the type of Mobius loops on plastic bags and bottles, glass bottles and jars, and paper bags and boxes. So everywhere you see this shape, it means we can recycle. It's important to look for these small signs so that we can do what is needed. Who? So, a warning. Now the warning I want you guys to read because teachers speak too much. Teacher is also wanting you to speak. So let me read the warning sign and then you guys will read it again. It's important to always learn our warnings. To always be safe. Okay, so on the top here. Warning. Take care when looking for products that say they are environmentally friendly. Sometimes they have fake recycling labels in order to fool people into buying them. Look carefully at the recycling labels to check that they are reliable before buying the products. Okay, so you guys ready to read? Yes.
Yes.
Let's get ready. Let's get ready. Okay, you guys can start reading from word warning.
Warning. Take care when looking
Oh,
for
that
that say they are
why
Care when looking up
wrong.
products that
That say
say
they are
they are environmentally
friendly. Sometimes they have fake
they have fake recycling
label
label in order to
order
fool
to
people into buying them. Look carefully at the recycle label to check that they are reusable before buying the product.
Excellent, excellent. Yes, we have to make sure that the sign is the correct one. Okay, and then the benefits of cycling. I want you guys to also read with me so that we can learn why we need to recycle. So over here, I'll read all of them first, but let's put them in order. So I'll read here, number 1, then I read 2, then 3, then 4, then 5. So number 1, how could recycling benefit people's lives? Save money because recycled products may be cheaper. Also lighten the burden of industrial waste disposal. Create the habit of organizing things. Reduce pollution from burning waste. Okay, let me read one more time before you guys read. How could recycling benefit people's lives? Save money because recycled products may be cheaper. Lighten the burden on industrial waste disposal. Create the habit of organizing things. Reduce pollution from burning waste. Okay, so you guys can start reading from how. Are you ready? Here we go. You can start now. How?
People like
Types
save money
Money.
because
recycle
recycle
Yeah.
make
cheaper,
Excellent.
light
lighten
Lighten.
the
the
burden
burden
of
in
industrial waste
this
disposal,
Very good.
create
create the
the
habit
habit of
of
organizing
organizing
Excellent.
reduce
reduce pollution
waste
burning waste.
Excellent. Excellent. Yeah. Reduce pollution from burning waste. Very good. So that is the benefits of recycling. But let me quickly just explain one or two of them to you. So some recycled products may be cheaper to make. So that one is pretty easy to understand why it is a benefit. So lightening the burden of industrial disposable waste means that factories in big cities like in Bangkok and around like Chiang Mai and all these big cities have factories. And these factories create a lot of waste pollution. That's why in Bangkok the air is so dirty, is because of all the pollution. So recycling can help to make the pollution a little bit less. Okay. And yes, creating a habit of organizing things also important for us growing up. So we know how to organize our things, and then when we get older, how to organize our life and our daily lives, our daily situations. And something that you often do see in Thailand still is burning of waste product. I see this quite often in Thailand. So this is not good for the environment. But because we have to first make better places for recycling, that people don't want to burn their waste anymore, then they can recycle it. Only after that can we change. Okay. So for today's lesson, that's all that I wanted to talk to you guys about, and share some knowledge about recycling and how we can recycle and why we want to recycle. And also that the environment and the planet needs us to start recycling now. Okay. So for those that beat me earlier, rock, paper, scissors, let's see if you can do it 2 times or twice in a row. And for the other ones, let's see if you can beat me for the first time. So if you guys are ready, please get ready. I'll give you about 5 seconds or so to quickly get ready. Make sure
I'm
you
going to
warm up.
win again.
You're going to win again. Let's see. Let's see. You must send your answer in the chat. You must send it so long so we can see. Okay, here we go, guys. Are you ready? Let's do it. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3. Shoot. Oh, we have Boss. We have Porsche. So far, congratulations to you too. Let's see.
Bruh.
Good people.
Let's see.
Bruh, we tie. Why I not win?
Paper, you're sorry, Pooh, you have tie. It's better than losing, but we have 2 of them. We have the 2, Boss and Porsche. Congratulations, you 2 guys, for winning teacher. But I want to say to you guys now, thank you very much for joining me today for the science lesson. You have a little bit off now, and I hope you guys have some nice lunch, and I'll see you guys again in the afternoon. Bye bye.
ไซโยนาระอาริกาโต